Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the post-race press conference from Arlington 1. This is round number 10 of the 2021 Monster Energy Supercross Championship. Thanks for tuning in. Congratulations to Seth Hamaker, Hunter Lawrence, and Cameron McAdoo. McAdoo will not be on this press conference. He's tied up at the moment. And the 450 class, Cooper Webb, congratulations. Justin Barcia, Jason Anderson, good ride getting on the podium. Hamaker, I'm going to come to you first. This is a big night for you. You know, you're a rookie. You're coming into the season. You probably have aspirations of doing well. Did you think, honestly, that by the third round you would be competing for a win and get one?
No, I definitely didn't think that by the third round I'd have a main event win. So I knew I could eventually get it done, but to be this early, it's pretty awesome. And I mean, I've learned so much already, and just kind of keep it going, and just stoked to get the first win.
You told me on the podium that it was just forever, right? It was super long. Did you? Well, I guess at what point in the main event did you realize, like, man, I'm gonna do this? Was there doubt halfway through? What was going through your mind mid race, and then when did it kind of lock in your brain, like, man, I'm gonna get this?
Yeah, so the first, I would say the first half of the race, I was riding pretty good. I was hitting my marks, and then when I got halfway, I was like, man, we're only halfway. It's kind of feeling it, just riding a little tight out there. But I feel like probably when my mechanic gave me 5 laps to go on the pit board, I was like, all right, I can do this. Hold it together, hit your lines, and just keep riding what's in front of you. And yeah, I would say by then I was like, all right, I can do this, and pulled it off.
Right on, man. Congratulations. Michael Antonovich, kick it off.
Cool. Thanks, Daniel. First question is for Seth Hamaker. Seth, congratulations. This is big. You and I talked on Friday, and I was like, hey, how is this going? Is it more, anxious than you thought? Is it harder? And you said no, but we also know in this offseason that it wasn't ideal for you. There were some hard spills that we caught on video at the test tracks. There were some rumors that it wasn't going that well. Maybe in December or early January, did you think a win in your rookie season was possible, or was it just, man, I need to get through these 7 races or however many it is unscathed and then keep building and building?
Yeah, it was like when I first got on Supercross in the off season, it was definitely a little bit hairy. Had some problems in the whoops and just trying to figure out everything with Supercross. And at that point, I was like, wasn't really thinking about the wins or anything. I was just thinking about, let's go get the experience, stay healthy, make all the rounds. And then I would say probably early January, my whoop started clicking a little bit better. Started hitting hitting Supercross way better. And I feel like into the season, I kind of gained that confidence. And I still didn't really think if the wins were in the picture, but I was like, if I can gain experience and learn, I know I can be up there.
Cool. Thanks, man. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
David Iser, remember, guys, one question. David Iser.
All right, thanks, Daniel. Hunter, you just recently told me in an interview that you were at your lowest in your career last year at the beginning of the Nationals, facing another injury, almost about giving it up. Man, what does it mean to persevere and get to this point and not only, basically make it, but you got your first Supercross podium?
Yeah, it's awesome, mate. It's pretty cool, to prove yourself right and just keep believing, and you believe in yourself for so long, and, no one believes in you more than yourself. So you keep telling yourself you can do it. But when you're not doing it, it's tough, it mentally just chips you down. And so to get it, to push through that time last year, when obviously Jet was doing really well, and I was just, struggling with my body and then the injuries and stuff. And it was just never ending and stuff. And it took a big toll on me. And we just dug deep and pushed through it. And, man, even 2 months ago, I wasn't even doing the full Supercross track just due to coming back from that shoulder surgery after the outdoors, So it was the progression rate's pretty steep at the moment. And every time I get on the bike, I just feel better, feel more comfortable, feel fitter, stronger, more confident and sure of everything. And yeah, it's cool.
All right, congratulations. Thanks, Daniel.
Thanks, mate.
Mitch Kendra.
Mitch Kendra from Racer X. Hey, my question's for Jason. So we saw that pass on Friend. He ended up going down. Could you just walk us through what happened there?
Yeah, so basically I just jumped the triple and landed on the inside and came in pretty tight on the corner on the inside of him. And yeah, we kind of got together, and he ended up on the ground. But I honestly think I more spooked him than anything, but yeah, it is what it is. And I don't want someone to end up on the ground, but at the same time, I want to pass the guys, so I don't want to be just chilling behind people like I have been all year.
Cool, thanks.
Brad Gephardt. Unmute.
This question's for Hunter Lawrence. What's been the linchpin to your progression within Supercross over the number of years, moving to where you're at right now?
What's linchpin mean?
What has been the key to your success? What was something that sort of was able to get over the hump and actually start making sense of this?
So I think the biggest thing was figuring out my body and getting that to work properly. My body was just so fueled with inflammatories and created autoimmune diseases and basically I'm almost a type 2 diabetic and stuff. So that alone was a huge thing on just not being able to train, or I'd do something and then the next day I'd just be like, dude, I can barely move. So that was a huge thing alone. And then just being healthy, dude, every time I feel good on the bike, I'm on it and getting better and stuff. But that side of things was huge. Obviously there's other little bits and pieces, but that was the biggest thing, is just being healthy.
All right, fair enough. Thank you.
Thanks, bud.
Steve Giberson.
For Cooper, that was quite a point swing tonight. Talk about how important was it for you to come in here and kind of lay down the law in the first race and try and change the momentum a little bit of where things have been going?
Yeah, like you said, it was a huge night. I mean, from the whole day was really good. Got a great start in the main event and was able to lead every lap and felt, in control and just hit my marks. And yeah, it was a great night overall. And like you said, to earn the red plate is sweet. I mean, that's what we worked for and that's the goal. And it's exciting to know that we got 2 more races here and how well I gelled today. I'm excited to keep it going. And as we're getting closer to the end of this thing, it's every point is important, but when we can maximize them, that's always a nice advantage for sure.
Thanks.
Dark Side.
What's up, guys? Dark Side Moto Spot Show. Jason, the last few races, I mean, you just progressed incredibly, in my opinion, since the beginning of the season. Was there something going on at the beginning of the season? Was there something that there was a turning point? It just seems like you're flowing more like yourself in the last few weeks.
I don't know. Ever since the first Orlando, I started riding a lot better, and I had a few little issues with my body, more so at the beginning of the season, that kind of got a hang of me. And when I'd race, I really couldn't push too much. But I mean, so that was kind of a little issue I had. But to be honest, even just riding and everything, my riding's gotten better, and everything's gotten better since Orlando. Daytona, I kind of struggled a little bit at Daytona, more so than I normally do. But then today I felt good. So hoping to keep this momentum going and just keep getting better.
Awesome, man. It's been fun to watch.
Thank you.
Trent, Moto Limited.
Thanks, Dan. This one's for Hunter. Hunter, during the later stages of that race, you were starting to take some time out of Seth. Seth had a couple mistakes. Was there a point where you thought maybe that victory was in sight?
The victory, in my head, I was like, oh, dude, it's right there. It was when I got into second, I was right there. And yeah, he was riding really well and wasn't making too many mistakes. And it was I think the track was pretty simple as far as the rhythms and stuff. You didn't, even if you messed something up in the turn, you could still hit all the rhythms the same. But yeah, for sure, in the last kind of 5 minutes, I was getting closer and closer. And I think it was a lap or 2 to go. I was probably the closest I'd been, and then those lappers kind of, in their battle without even realizing it, held me up a smidge, and it kind of opened it up again, and I just kept trying to pull it in and ran out of laps. But everyone was riding good today. It was just the track was, pretty simple for the most part, and you had to do something a
we
little better than the others, obviously, to pass and stuff.
Yeah, we had all of Australia behind you today, bud. Good job.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate the support. Thank you.
Ravistimoda, you still there?
Yes, I'm sorry. Hey, Cooper, hopefully you can hear me and you answer this question. You had a horrible crash in Arlington, and did you ever imagine you'd be where you are today after that very scary crash in Arlington?
Yeah, I mean, that's like you said, that was last year, and it's never a good memory to have. Even coming back today, you kind of have that in the back of your mind. So to get redemption from that is awesome, and huge. And just to, like I said, for me to kind of be able to block that out and focus on racing today, I think was for me, I gained a lot of confidence. And like you said, it's racing, stuff happens. You have crashes, and you got to kind of forget about it and put it in the past. But for me, that was probably the biggest one of my career. So it was when I saw the concrete today, it was almost like, man, I had to block it out. But yeah, it's awesome to be able to fast forward a year or whatever it is later and get complete redemption. And yeah, it's a really cool feeling and pretty cool to look back on.
Great, thank you.
Oop, when you saw the Dragons back in the same spot going the other direction, were you like, oh, come on, guys?
Dude, I saw the Dragon and still no protection to the side. I'm like, oh, here we go. But like I said, it was a good redemption.
Anthony Sansota.
Hey guys, Anthony Sansota here, MotoOnline.com. This question for Justin. Barsha, how was your day? Seemed all as well in the main. Walk us through it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was a good day. I'm not like the best qualifier ever, to be honest with you. Like I'm always in like race mode. So my practice times are always kind of like where the pace is in the race. Like, so I did like 45s, but the other boys were able to get down into low 44s. So like that is a little bit annoying sometimes, but all in all, like going into the heat race, I know when it comes time to race, I'm always good. And yeah, I didn't have like the best starts today, but had decent starts. So yeah, heat race pushed pretty hard, passed a few guys, ended up third, which was cool. And then main event, yeah, I just got off to a decent start. I didn't have the best rut, but I was like, I know I could overpower like the crappy rut and hold the inside a bit. So yeah, I'd definitely be aggressive the first few laps, make some good passes. And yeah, that's when I got into second and definitely charged really hard. But me and Coop were pretty similar lap times the whole entire race. The only thing I was doing a little different was skimming whoops for a while, and I felt like I was a little better there, but yeah, just couldn't make it happen. So second was what it was. And yeah, all in all, after Daytona was difficult, really difficult. We had to reset the week coming in here after Daytona and kind of get back to where I was really comfortable. And yeah, happy with the second, and definitely always want to win the course, but yeah, I'll take this and move on. These aren't my best conditions. Like I've never been a great hard pack rider, like throttle control. So just lots of learning for me, and yeah, stoked to be on the podium.
Cool. Nice work. Thanks, Daniel.
Nick, Moto Limited.
Yeah, so this will be for Cooper. Cooper, this week we saw a lot of hype around last week at Daytona with the comments from Ken and sort of the hype that social media makes. Does that affect you? Does that affect the mentality, or do you just feed off it and use it as motivation?
Gets me going. So yeah, it was a good week for that, and yeah, we made the most of it. So it is what it is. Obviously, in the times with Instagram and everything, you kind of are able to see a bunch, and it creates a good story, that's for sure. But yeah, I love it, and I feed off of it. So it was cool.
Awesome. Thanks, mate. Cheers, Daniel.
Jordan Almond.
Hi, I have a question for Cooper as well. I was wondering, what would you say to a young rider that's just getting into the sport, about being where you are now and something to help them focus and keep their eye on the prize?
I'd say, for me, like looking back, as a kid, I just really always tried to have fun and learn as much as I could. I'd say for a young rider, just try to learn and be the best you can be, and don't lose sight of having fun. I know it's easier said than done, but that's why we do this, and I think that always makes you want to learn and do better when you're enjoying something. So yeah, enjoy it and give it your all.
Awesome. Thank you.
Ryan with Cycle News.
Hey guys, Ryan Nissen with Cycle News. This one's for Jason Anderson. Hey Jason, I've seen on Instagram you've been riding with Chad Reed back in Florida. Has that had any correlation with like your results this weekend?
I mean, Chad isn't there too much. He was there this week, and he rode a couple days with us. And yeah, I mean, he gives us tips and stuff like that. But yeah, he helps me a little bit with my starts this week. But to be honest, I think he's just kind of enjoying himself, like hanging out down there and riding Supercross with us a little bit. So yeah, it's honestly what we have, like our little crew down there is really fun, and he's just joining in on the fun.
Super cool. Congrats on a great ride tonight.
Thank you.
We're going to loop back around. Michael Antonovich.
Cool. Thanks, Daniel. This one is for Cooper Webb. Cooper, I was paying attention a lot over the last 2 days, yesterday's press riding session, today's practices. You spent a lot of time in the work area talking to Carlos and Ryo, WP's suspension tech. What were you guys looking for in the setup? Was it a lot of small changes? It looked like a click here or there on the shock and the fork. Is it just stuff to fine tune, or was it trying to throw kind of the kitchen sink at everything to figure out a good setup?
We're in a really good spot right now. You know, I think the last few weekends besides Daytona, it's been a click here or there. Really just kind of fine tuning things, and honestly, like in the press riding and in practice, we just kind of try things just to see what it does. So nothing major. I feel like I'm in a really good spot, and more just trial and error to see, you know, depending on track conditions, how it's going to be, you know. And I think today was one of those things where the morning session the track was awesome, you know, a bunch of traction, ruts, really good dirt. And as we saw in the main event, it was pretty hard pack and dry, and a lot of chatter. So you kind of just do things, or at least I do things just to kind of prep for later in the day, knowing that, you know, track's going to change and stuff like that. But overall, yeah, we're in a really good spot.
If I could ask one more thing about your setup, when you're coming into practice and you're trying to get, you know, that one flying lap, are you setting the bike up for the night show, or just to make it comfortable so you can rip one good one and know the bike's going to be predictable?
No, I mean, mine's pretty much the same, you know, it might be a click here, a click there, but I think that's the goal as a racer. You want to have what we call our base and be in that 1 or 2 click window every time you're on the track. I think that's when you really have a good setup. So I think for me, like I said, it's as Justin kind of alluded to, the practice lines can change from the race lines sometimes. You know, the momentum that you carry in practice in the race kind of sets you up to leave the doors open and stuff like that. So, you know, one lap's a lot different than what we do tonight, 27. So you kind of just want to have a happy medium for all of it.
Thank you.
David Iser.
Thanks, Daniel. Justin Barsha, how cool is it to have another rider in a press conference taking heat for contact? You have no issues tonight.
Yeah, feels good. I don't know. I like it though. Like I live for good, tight battle and racing and aggressive stuff. But yeah, I was just kind of in my own zone tonight, like just making good passes, moving forward. Was super comfortable with the bike and stuff. So yeah, all good. I'm super happy, and yeah, I was just thinking about, like kind of Cooper said, you want to have that base, and like I kind of got away from that at Daytona a little bit because it's a unique place. But this week I've kind of before this got back to like a home setting and just fine tune here, there today, and felt good. So I'm looking forward to the next 2 here. I think it'll be good for me. And yeah, I hope to have some great racing with the guys. And it's been good this year, some aggressive stuff, but that's what it's all about. We're all going for it. We want it, and it's fun.
Just quickly, 4th in points, 2 out of 3 podiums. You have the 1 win. What's missing right now to get you back up on that top step? I know you don't want to be one and done.
No, definitely don't want to be one and done. I don't really have any pressure on myself right now, just going out there and do my best. Tonight, if I could have started a little closer to the front, that would have helped me for sure. So the next two, just put myself in good positions. Really, I think that's it. My speed's good, and bike's good. So just need to put it in there.
Thanks, Justin.
Mitch Kendra.
Hey, this one's for Seth. So obviously you had your first pro race and then a weekend off and then Daytona. And obviously tonight, you've looked really great so far. What's it going to be like for these next two races the next week? You talked about getting that experience rather than coming out and looking for race wins right away. But now you're kind of in that situation. Is it almost better now that you got the win and you can just keep looking to build off that and keep getting that experience like back to back instead of having days, test days and overthinking stuff? What is that going to be like your approach over the next couple of days? And can you talk about that?
Yeah, definitely like getting this win, knowing what it feels like to run up front, and just trying to like keep the momentum rolling into this week. I think it'll be actually nice to race again Tuesday, have 2 days off, and then get right back to it and kind of run off the confidence and know that I can run up with those guys. So looking forward to the next 2 rounds in Dallas, and keep it going.
Awesome, thanks, and congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Brad Gephardt.
All right, thanks. Brad Gephardt, Big MX Radio. For Seth, where are you with your progression as a tester for the sport of Supercross? When the track gets a little bit slick or you're navigating through the whoops and the bike's not doing what you want, when you go back to the truck or talking to your mechanic, are you getting more instruction from them as to where to go with it, or are you doling out the where you want to go with it?
A little bit of both. Like, I kind of relay the information that I'm feeling to the suspension guys and the team, and then if they see something or if I feel something, obviously, and then they kind of come up with an idea. And like, we've been trying stuff in practice, and pretty much once the night show comes around, we have been keeping it the same. But it's as a rookie, like testing, knowing what you want your bike to do, it's kind of tough, and I'm learning that. But I feel like if you can change something and have it work for the better, it's definitely a positive thing.
Are you more comfortable with changes from Supercross or an outdoor setup?
Probably an outdoor setup, but I've been getting better, like with Supercross changes and stuff. Just with the off season, we've been doing a lot of testing, and Ivan Tedesco test for PC, so that's been really good, and he's my trainer, so I've been getting a lot of good feedback from him with the bike, and kind of makes it a little bit easier on us too.
Awesome. We all love hot sauce. All right, Daniel, back to you.
Steve Guyberson.
Hey, for Justin, that section after the finish line was really unique. Offset wall jumps, kind of a kink in the middle of it. What did you think of that section?
On press day, it was not very fair, for sure. Like the inside was just, or the inside was better and the outside wasn't good. And then today, it was like the outside was better, the inside was good. And then like as the day went on, they kind of made it better and better, and they were pretty fair. So I don't know. To me, like, yes, the track was fairly easy, but like in the main event, it gets really rough. It gets slick, it gets bumpy. So I feel like, jumping through whoops or skim or whatever. So there were separators for sure in the track. So I think like all in all, the track was good. Obviously there could have been a few things here or there, but all in all, like, I feel like that option thing was quite cool because you could, switch it up a little. So for me, like it was good. And like I said, I'm not the best hard pack rider, so definitely been having to work on my throttle control in these conditions this week.
So is that one you'd like to see back in the mix in the future, or was it good
as
an experiment?
I think like I remember back when I was on Honda 450, like they did some option stuff and they would do it in rhythms and stuff, which I think that was a bit weird. Like I like that thing they did. I think it was good. You could charge into it fast. You could scrub and put the power down. So for me, like I like that better than like them doing an option in a rhythm or something.
Thanks.
A couple more here. Dark Side.
Justin, when you have a track tonight that's sort of hard to make up time, there's really to separate, and you get to a point where you're struggling to maybe make up time. What do you do to stay focused? What do you do to, not just kind of zone out almost?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely difficult, but for me, like, I had something in front of me to chase, and that was Cooper. So, and like for him, he just had to keep the pressure on, keep the power on, because I was coming from behind. So it was like one of those things where I'm like kind of can see where I was a little bit better or something, but like there wasn't enough on that track, like for me to go any, I don't know. I just couldn't go any faster to close that gap. So, but like for me, like the best spot I was in was the whoops. So like I was trying to take advantage of that, kind of moving around, searching a little to the left, to the right. And towards the end, I started jumping the last few laps. But yeah, so you just have to try to find those marks and be really patient in the spots that like are really slick. But all in all, like you just have to, try to find those spots you're good at.
Right on.
Nick, Moto Limited.
This will be for Seth. So, Seth, another first win for PC this week, another win, which means all the guys at PC get to have pizza on Mondays. So, what's the treat meal? What's the celebration tonight? What's it going to be?
I don't know. We're all just hanging out, having a good time, just soaking it all in. Like that's really what I'm trying to do. Just first race win, soak it all in, and I don't know. Definitely, we're gonna celebrate with the team. It just feels so good, and just all the hard work they put in to pay them back like that. Yeah, two weeks in a row for wins from PC, so pretty sweet.
Awesome. Congratulations, mate. Thanks, Daniel.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Two more, Anthony Sansota and then Revista Moto. Anthony?
Hey guys, Anthony Sansota again, motoonline.com. This one will be for Hunter Lawrence. Hunter, your physical state, how are you doing? How are you feeling going into Tuesday, having your first Super Tuesday of the year?
Yeah, good, mate. I feel really good. I feel strong all day. Like main event, I was able to push all the way through to the end and, put in the fastest lap time as well for the main. So that was cool. And I'm looking forward to it, dude. Like, I think it's awesome that we just get to race again. Maybe some of the 450 guys aren't as stoked with their, like the 17 rounds they do, but it's only our third round. So I'm eager to race. So I look forward to it, mate.
Revista Moto, last one.
Thank you, Daniel. Seth, can you kindly talk about your journey to this win tonight? Most times when you hear about shoulder injuries and your other ailments, you don't associate that with wins. Can you talk a little bit about how this journey and how difficult this journey has been to get to this podium tonight?
Yeah, it's been a long time coming for sure. Like even just to get into the pro ranks, had shoulder injuries, got those fixed, and then stayed another year amateur. Actually, like 2 more years amateur, pretty much, and got Epstein-Barr. That kind of set me back, and it just felt like everything was kind of when everything would start rolling, I would have another setback, and it was hard to take that, but I just kept pushing and knew that my time would come, and was able to get start Supercross this year. Everything lined up good, and I mean it's going pretty smooth so far, and I'm gonna keep working hard. Just making sure I can keep putting in that work and get solid finishes.
Great, thank you. Very impressive.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys all for tuning in. Again, congratulations to the podium riders tonight, and have a good recovery. We'll see you on Tuesday.